Sure,
important.
sure, sure. Yes, continue, please. Yeah.
What I was telling that if I want to
Citrix.
automate, the
Uh-huh.
target application is residing in the Citrix.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so if I want to automate the process,
Mm-hmm.
will it be a normal automation or how that automation will fall into? Like, I just want.
Okay. Okay. Usually, Power Automate does the screen level or a image level automations. Okay, there is an options available to do that. But what I have observed is till now, okay,
Mhm.
Citrix, whenever it comes to Citrix or kind of automation where there is a layer basically, right?
Ah, ah,
It is preferred to install the basically one instance inside that particular host and do that particular thing.
oh,
That
you
is a
mean to
preferred option in Power Automate at least. I don't know
instance
about other tool.
means the Power Automate has to be installed on the client
Yes,
VM you are saying.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
And we basically just need to send our code to run there inside that machine and come out of that.
No, the development will be done on their VM or it has to be done on our
No, no,
local machine.
development we can do in our VM, virtual machines.
Ah,
There
okay.
is no issue with that. Okay. We might need a test instances if they have, okay, something like that to basically code the things.
No, no, Kiran, what I'm saying is if it is
Hmm.
installed on our machine,
Hmm.
when we connect it through Citrix, we will not get the selectors now. So how the development will be done in the local machine?
Again, on that thing, basically, see, I'll tell you one example which I'm recently working on. Okay. There was an application. So this company was using that particular application. It's not directly Citrix actually. Okay. It's
Hmm,
basically they have installed one software in only one machine. Okay.
hmm,
So every time whenever someone has to basically access that particular software, right, they need
hmm,
to go inside that VM. Okay.
hmm, hmm,
Access that and come out. Basically, manual task I'm saying.
hmm,
Okay. Now what we did is for that automation, we have asked for a downtime when nobody uses that application.
hmm.
At that particular time, we took that virtual machines, we took the temporary access by special kind of approvals, we coded directly on the production,
Okay.
except the final confirm button
Hmm, hmm,
that we just disabled. Because if we
hmm,
do that, it will actually do the task, right?
hmm, hmm, hmm,
Till the point we have a final confirm button, we automated everything on there directly on production.
hmm, 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 hmm.
Okay. And we came out of it. So our
Okay.
code is ready. Okay.
Hmm,
We
hmm,
have tested selector level on the confirm button, not the direct testing.
hmm, hmm,
Okay. Once that is done, we come out of the task. Okay. And whenever there is a UAT, only that period of time we'll run that code. There is a risk in this actually.
hmm,
Okay.
hmm.
Definitely a risk is there. But yeah, with time it will solve. But that is the only way to do that. We don't have a direct option on machine, basically, a Citrix
Mhm.
level or image based.
Okay.
Right. Any other
Okay, good.
questions?
Yeah, no, no, thank you. So my suggestion for them would be to install the
Installation is definitely required to run the code
no
because Power
installation of
Automate,
Power Automate on their VM and we can
yeah,
do the development
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And you can ask for a downtime basically when that is
No, this is
free,
a dedicated
something
machine
like
will
that.
be given for the development.
No, no, not development machine. I'm saying
Uh,
wherever the
application
your
you're saying.
application is installed, that machine I'm saying because
Okay.
that might be used by many other peoples, right?
Uh-huh. Right, right, right. Okay. Got it.
So only based on that, literally we did some coding on the weekend time also because then
Mm-hmm.
nobody will be there, right, to use that. And we did some testing on weekends.
Okay.
Okay, so okay, okay. Any other question, guys?
No, no, Kiran. Thank you. Thanks for your suggestion.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me start. So today, Actually, I was making the setup last week, okay, about this Power Automate. So that's why actually I didn't took a class, okay. But now it is ready. So this is basically a cloud portal. First of all, are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
My screen is visible, right? This is Power Automate screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, nice. So this is basically a web console, okay, of Power Automate, okay, where you have multiple options here on the left hand side. This is how it will look, okay. We have a concept of environments, okay, if you remember, okay. I have created, where is my prod? Let me refresh this page. Ah, so similar kind of this you will have in the organization level, I'm saying, okay. So you will have a development environment, you will have a production environment, okay. And one will be default name on your organization, basically, which we usually don't use to do anything, okay. This kind of setup will be there. Now, today, what I'm going to show you is we are going to see the most important thing, that is basically a solutions. Okay, today. So solution is very important part in Power Automate. Okay, this solutions is basically helpful to migrate the code from development to production or any environment. If you have a UAT, then UAT also. Okay, I in my environment I have not created a UAT. I have just created dev and production. Okay. Plus, I will be showing you the machine. Okay. So now, okay, runtime. So if you remember, we have seen a Power Automate. Is my another screen visible or it's only web tab visible?
Only the web console I
Only
can
web
see.
console, huh? Okay,
Right.
one second. Let me reshare then. I need to share the complete. Okay, now is it visible?
Yes, yes. Yeah, we can see.
Okay, I need to just sign out.
So basically, Kiran, there are two platforms for development. One is for the desktop, and this is for
One
the
is
cloud.
for cloud. Yeah, yeah. But actually, desktop flow cannot run without cloud
Oh, okay.
independently, I'm saying, until unless you manually trigger it.
So it's something like an orchestrator, this one.
Yes, 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 yes. Mostly we can call it as orchestrators.
So the code and deployment, everything will be
Done
deployed
on
into
the
the
cloud.
cloud.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything is on cloud. Cloud is major part actually of this. That's why I wanted to basically create that environment for you guys. Okay. Now I have logged into my desktop also with the same login ID which I have used here. Okay, the previous one was old one which I had, which had all the code. So now there is nothing in my flows. Okay, it's everything is blank because this recently have created this environment. Okay, now uh, basically we have to basically log in everything using the same login credentials. Okay, your Power Automate desktop and the Power Automate cloud should have the same login credentials. Okay, and once this is done, basically whatever machine, in actual you will be using a virtual machine, right? So in that you will have an option of this open machine setting. Okay, I think I don't have this. Let me install it quickly. Okay, let it install. So I have to register my machine after the installation, and then my machine will be visible here. Okay, this is my another machine which has already got registered here. Okay, so this is basically a home screen. Okay, here you will have an option of create. So from here you can basically create and flow based on the trigger type. Okay, first is automated, where it is getting triggered on any kind of event, that may be an email event. Okay, when an email arrives. Okay, when the file is placed in OneDrive, when the file is updated in OneDrive, or maybe something is placed in SharePoint, new record got added to SharePoint, anything such kind of triggers if you want. Okay, you have to create a automated cloud flow in this category basically. Then there is a instant category which is manually triggered. Whenever it's a need based, whenever you want, you have a play button, just run it. Okay, scheduled is basically time scheduled, every hour, every day, every 2 hours, every 3 hours, monthly, weekly, however you want. You can just create your schedule and the flow will run based on that. Okay, now they have this new feature which is integrated with Copilot. Basically, whenever you want to create any kind of task, right, you just need to basically give a prompt, okay, to Copilot, saying that I want this to be automated. Okay, this application to be automated. Okay, suggest me a way, or suggest show me a sample template basically. Okay, now the Copilot will basically show you that uh, some temporary steps. It will not be exact code. Okay, it will show you the steps, at least, like what you can follow to achieve that particular thing. Okay, then there is a desktop flow, which we were seeing till date, whatever in the sessions we had, all comes under desktop flow. Okay, because we did on the desktop application. And then there is a process mining. Now, process mining is a concept. Okay, anybody aware of process mining here? Because UiPath and other tools also have it. Anybody knows about this? What is process mining?
Yeah, it was the initial designing, designing phase we use,
Hmm.
like requirement gathering. I had
Correct.
idea, but I didn't get the chance to use.
Okay,
Actually.
okay. So in a very layman term, okay, process mining is basically whenever we get a new requirement, right? And with the requirement, we get some data, basically. Okay. Now, based on that data, basically in the process mining, we have to give that data to process mining tool. Okay. And now the process mining tool will give us a basically not analytical, actually, uh, what I can say, a flow diagram kind of thing. Okay, from that particular data, saying that what are the things which is repeating, or what are the modules we can create in our automation basically. Okay, which code can play as a part of a repeatable code. Okay, every evaluation basically will come under the process mining. Okay, again, this is only applicable when we have lot of data. Okay, not in a normal requirement scenarios. Okay, only that cases this is getting used. Okay, now we have a third tab, that is templates. Now templates is basically a pre-built code. Okay, we have all the codes available. Okay, but majorly these are related to office applications. Okay, whenever there is a kind of a requirement you will receive, right? The first task what you should do is basically go ahead and search in template whether the use case is already available with you or not. If it is already available, you just need to pick that and use it in your flow. That's it. You just need to create the connections and all cosmetic changes to the flow. All things will be taken care by this flow.
Can you come again, Kiran, with the template you had?
Okay. Template is basically a pre-built code in a simple language. Okay.
Mhm.
So whenever we have some requirement in place, right? We get a customer, we got a requirement. And there are few activities maybe where it says that the complete automation is based on maybe only the Microsoft application, like it is using SharePoint, OneDrive, Excel, and Outlook maybe. Only 4 applications which is under Microsoft mostly, right?
Hmm.
There is no third-party application involved. So there is a 90% chance that you will get that use case here
Okay.
because it is using all Microsoft application and it has a way better connectivity
Hmm.
among all the applications in Microsoft. Okay. Plus, we have third party also. Like for example, you can see Google here. Google is a third party, right?
Hmm.
This is X platform, tweets for tweets,
Hmm.
right? There are many more actually. Uh, if I may show you, approval is part of this. G Drive, Google Drive, SQL is there. Okay. You can get the cloud SQL database access directly. Okay. Like many things are there.
Can you just open one template and show how exactly it looks like?
Okay, let me show you .com. Notify an email when new file is uploaded. This is one use case which I'm going to take. Let me see. So once I click on that, it is basically creating a connection here. Okay. Since I
Hmm.
already have my connection, it will look something like this.
Okay.
Okay. For you, maybe it will say cross here,
Hmm.
red cross here. Okay. First time when you initially do that. Okay. Then you need to basically, you will get an option, a button for creating the connection here. Or let me just do that in front of you. Okay. Hmm, where is my connection?
So are these are going to be used in real time also?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
We have the use cases on that. Let me delete this. Let me delete the Outlook also. I'm going to tell you on this page also, but since you asked, I'm just telling you here. Okay. Oh, I deleted the wrong one. Outlook. Okay, I'll delete everything actually. So now I don't have any connections. Let me refresh my page. See how it is showing me now. Okay, it is
Yeah.
giving me a sign in option
Sign in
now.
option.
Previously it was tick mark, right? So now for OneDrive to business, I need to basically sign in. Signed in because it is using the same credential which I am logging in here, Power Automate. Okay. And even for Office 365, I'll do the same thing, sign in. Now I'll say continue. Now my flow is ready. Now I just need to make the parameter changes here. That's it. Okay. This is how the template works. Any questions here?
So in desktop, if you are using Power Automate desktop, so there we
Mhm.
will not be having the
No, no, we
template.
don't have a template concept in desktop.
Okay. And then how it differs? I mean, how can we know which process we can create in cloud and which we can create in desktop?
Yeah, that I'll tell you when we go to connectors.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Kiran, basically, if we want to, have use this Outlook activities, so in
Hmm.
desktop we cannot use those activities.
We can. We can. There are use cases basically. What you can use in like which we can use in cloud and which we can use in
Hmm.
desktop.
Okay.
Okay. Depends on completely use case to use case. How we want to achieve this.
So if we want to use cloud and desktop together, we can use.
Yeah, that's a mandatory task. We have to use cloud and desktop together only. There is no other option. You cannot individually run the desktop. Cloud can run individually. There is no
Mm-hmm.
dependency on cloud.
Oh,
But desktop to run, we definitely need a Cloudflow.
And one thing, Kiran, so I mean, if I have developed something in the desktop application, right? So how am
Mhm.
I going to import that package in cloud? Like how that I mean, connected.
Yes. I'm going to show you that also.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we have seen templates. Now this is a learn platform. You can explore this. Okay, this is basically a Microsoft learning official learning platform. Okay, then we have a my flows where all our flows will be kept. Okay, in the cloud flow you will see all the cloud flows which we are going to create now. In the desktop flow you will see all the desktop flow which we have, and in shared with me is basically if in my same environment if another employee is working right with me and he wanted to share some flows with me, right, that will get show up here for me in a shared with me section. So for that we have like import export options are there for the flows to export and import, that we'll see afterwards. Okay, then we have a concept of approval. This is most important concept I can say. Okay, this is like extensively used in across all like most organizations. Okay, which we definitely have a use case on this, so we'll see that. Then we have a solutions. Solution is basically a packages, okay, which we are going to create for our own solutions. So whenever our code is ready in development, everything is ready. We just need to select the solution. We have to basically export that, okay, and move it to another environment. This is also we are going to cover. Okay. Now after that we have a automation center. This is a very new concept which they have recently launched. But I feel this is very useless actually. Okay. Uh, it they have created this as part of orchestrator, what you say in UiPath, right? Where you can see all the runs happening, process maps, what are the current run happening, how many machines are consumed, then what is your work queue thing, basically which queue is working, what item is working, everything. Then savings, capacity utilization, desktop flow activity, what is the current activity in desktop happening. Okay, currently in my case everything is blank because this is a new environment. Okay, but like everything will be shown up in the automation center is their concept basically. Okay,
I think it's a kind of dashboard.
it's a dashboard, yeah, definitely. And this can be, I think there is an option to export this to Power BI directly. Somewhere there are options, see, open in Power BI. So this is already integrated with Power BI by default in the backend. Okay, so if you have the Power BI license and all, you can just click here and it will open a Power BI dashboards for you with the same data. Yeah. So that's about automation center. Then we have process mining, which I already told you. Okay. Here it's an actual way of doing it. Actually, how need to do. We can see it here. Then we have a AI hub, which is basically artificial intelligence. Okay. Now it's a very kind of a buzzword nowadays, right? AI everywhere. So we are going to see a few of the options here. We are going to see the AI models. There are pre-built AI models where for document scanning, then sentiment analysis, and what I can say, data extractions. Okay, there are many more. Okay, if I may show you something which is already there. Like this. Extract custom information from a document, extract information from invoices, extract all text in photos and PDF documents using OCR technology, predict outcomes from historical data, predictions, customer feedback, and there are many more. Text, I think there should be some sentiment analysis, category classification, entity, key phrase, language detection. There are many more, and this list keeps on increasing almost every month. Okay, and this was the option here, and whatever is not mentioned here are in the more. So we have these many other options also available. Okay. Nowadays they have come up with this thing, prompts. We have tables. Now this tables refers to a dataverse. So in Power Automate, we don't like Power Automate has its own database, that is Dataverse. The limitation of Dataverse is it cannot be used anywhere except Power Platform. Okay, like it's not like SQL or something where SQL can be used in many other platforms, right? A normal database, but Dataverse we cannot. The only application of Dataverse is Power Platform, complete platform. I'm saying, okay, Power Apps, Power BI, it will comes under that. Okay.
So in order to connect it to different database, we need to use connectors, right? I mean, like,
Connectors, yes, yes. Then we have a, I'll just say discover all, and let's go to the most important topic, that is connectors. Okay. Now there is a concept of connector in Power Automate, okay, or basically Power Platform. This is not restricted to Power Automate, okay. And we have like, I think this list is more than 1000 connectors we have now, okay, in Power Automate or Power Platform, I can say. Now, what is the use of this connector? Okay, this connector is basically, you know, the concept of API, right? Everybody is aware. I don't need to explain API, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Please confirm if you want me to explain API.
Okay,
Nobody, right?
just give a short brief
Okay. Short description I'll give. So API
ah
is basically without touching the application, okay, we will be hitting a query on certain application to do its task. For example, a simple example, we do payments, right? We do a online payment, UPI payment. Nowadays we use a phone pay app, Google Pay app, right? That app uses API in the back end, okay, to inform our bank basically, to let them know that we have used this, or basically there is a two-way communication. First is whenever you do any transaction on phone pay, right, what it will do, it will send a request to your bank saying that whether this person have that balance or not. First of all, it will check your balance, okay. If you don't have a balance, okay, it will just say insufficient balance or something like that, message will come up, right? If you have it, it will process that transaction, because on in the backend you have already given access to phone pay to access your bank data,
yeah.
right?
Mm.
Authentication is already been created when we do one time first registration with phone pay, right?
Mm.
The authentication they only take at that point of time. So now, are you actually using your bank portal to do any entry? No, right? It's
Oh,
everything is happening in backend. So this everything, whatever is happening in backend is happening through an API, okay, which basically is a query, okay, which they hit, okay, to the bank's endpoint, okay, to get or extract, get data and put the data both ways. Okay, it will extract the data also and it will update the data also. Clear on this?
yes, Kiran.
Okay.
So it's something like get and receive, huh?
Get and receive data, basically. Okay. It's a connection bridge, basically,
Correct.
between you and your bank.
So the response will go and hit the server, their
Yes,
server,
of the
okay,
bank.
of the bank. I
So,
mean,
like for example, simple, in
ah,
same phone pay, right? You need to check your balance, for example. Previously, when there was no phone pays and all, you have to go to phone like bank
ATM.
application,
Right,
right?
right.
And then check the balance. But
Mm,
nowadays, how we do is we just go to check balance, right?
mm,
Section. We'll select the account and we'll just put our PIN. That's
right.
it. It will do a backend transaction and basically give us a balance that how much we have, right? So this is basically backend. There is a interface, okay, which it's not visible to you guys, right? It will do its transaction. It will hit the query to bank, and it will extract the data for your balance and give that value to you. And this is very fast. Do you think there is a delay whenever you put a pin? How
No,
much time it will take to come the balance, like balance to get visible? It's
Take
fraction
a
of second, right?
fraction of seconds. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
you imagine that in that fraction of second, there are multiple activities which happens in the backend. Okay. So
Yeah.
that is through API endpoints.
Okay.
Understood? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now, this API concept is basically used in Power Automate also. But here it is used to connect the applications with each other. Okay. Now, what happens? Power Automate works on Azure platform. Okay. And Azure basically is a what I can say. You know, all you know Azure, right? Azure is a hosting platform, basically, PaaS services. Okay, where our virtual machines, right, are hosted on the Azure. So whenever or wherever we are, okay,
Mhm.
right, we can
Yes,
access
yes.
anytime that machines. It's a virtual machines, right? So Power Platform also works on a similar concept. Okay, because it's a cloud, right?
Well,
So
like Amazon Web Services.
correct, web services and all. Now, for example, if this is a Power Automate which is hosted in cloud, right? Tomorrow, if I bought a new laptop, okay, what I'll do is I just need to log in my credential there. That's it. Whatever data I have in on this, right, will come up there because it's not on machine. It's everything is on cloud, right? So everything will come up there in that machine. Now, in similar fashion, okay, for example, SharePoint. SharePoint is a cloud application. Outlook is again a cloud application. Now, if I want to interact with SharePoint and do any task in the SharePoint, I need some connection bridge to be connected from Power Automate to SharePoint, right? To do this, we have a concept of connector, basically. So whatever applications we can access through API, okay, we can either we'll get a connector here by default connector, or if any third party application, like if your organization using any third party application for which the connector is not available, but there is an option where you can hit some query through API, then we can create a custom connector also. So connector has two types basically. One is pre-built, which you are seeing on the screen. Okay, these are all pre-built connectors which Microsoft has given. Okay, and there is one more concept which is basically what I can say, custom connector, the connector which we will be creating for our own process. Okay, and there is actually a different category, standard and premium. This is based on the cost. Okay, so premium can be only used when you have a license, and non-premium you can see which is non-licensed. In the trial version also you will be able to use this. Okay, now comes to the question, when we are using Cloudflow, when we are using Desktop Flow. Okay, now let's say there is an application, okay, where I there is a use case maybe which I'm going to take although, okay, where basically we receive an email, okay, and email has an attachment. Now I want that particular attachment to be stored on a location on maybe OneDrive. Okay, so I want a answer from you guys. Whatever you have seen till now, what will you suggest, Desktop Flow or Cloudflow? I want everyone to answer this. You understood the use case, right? Simple use case. I'm going to receive an email. In that email, there is an attachment. I want that attachment to be saved on OneDrive. That's it.
I
Maybe
go,
based on some condition also.
yeah, I go with the cloud automation because we have
Okay.
the connectors, OneDrive connectors. It will be more visible, I feel.
Okay.
But I can go with the desktop also now, but
Yeah,
where
yeah.
like
I am not saying we cannot go.
uh,
I
okay.
want to I want to know your thoughts on that. Like which option you will prefer.
Probably I would go with cloud since it is more connect. I mean, actions are available for the.
Okay,
Uh,
fine. Only two people?
I mean, I also think cloud, but I'm not having the exact answer why. So that's the thing.
Okay. No, it's okay. Like I'm going to explain you both the things.
Okay.
Just wanted to know your thoughts.
I think cloud will be better. I mean, firstly, there is no need to. I don't know how the flow process goes, like how we
Hmm.
add the solution of desktop to cloud. But if in
Okay.
the cloud directly we are having an option to do this kind of automation, and it will make the work a lot easier.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Any other comments?
Yes, same cloud because of
Cloud.
its flexibility.
Okay. 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 So, so whatever use case I have told you, right? It can be done in both. We can do it through cloud, we can do it through desktop. But to do it with desktop, we need a machine, right? Because desktop flow will only run on machine. So if I have the only use case like that, I will definitely go ahead with cloud because I don't need to spend extra on machine. Cost wise, let's think on business side. Okay. If I'm already buying a license of Power Automate, and again, if I need to buy a license or basically subscription to a machine, it's an extra cost for me, right? What I'll prefer
Yeah.
is I'll try to optimize everything in the cloud in that case, right? I'll save a cost basically of a machine, right? You're getting my point, right?
Kiran, so I mean, I didn't understand this concept. Like, if we are
Okay.
creating a process in basically code in cloud, so
Hmm.
I mean, how are we integrating it to like how it will know in which machine it needs to run? So, are we not doing any
It will not use machine only, na? That's what I'm saying. It will not even use machine. It's a
Okay,
cloud
okay,
flow, right?
okay, cloud only. Got it, got it, got it. Fine,
Cloud flow
fine, fine.
doesn't require a platform to run,
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah.
right?
Right.
So let me create a small flow for you guys. Huh? First flow. We'll use the same use case, what I told you. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a automated cloud flow because I want an email trigger to trigger this. Okay. I will just say email to OneDrive, the name of my flow. So we have these many triggers which I can use basically. Okay. For automated one. And there are many more actually. And this list keeps on growing every day. Okay. For your information. I'm going to search email. Okay. So there are two kinds of Outlook, okay? Outlook.com and Outlook Office 365 Outlook. So you need to basically choose this option based on the license you have. In my case, I have O365 license. So I'll be choosing this option. One more thing is you see this number V2, V3, okay? Like for example, in this, there is a same name when an email is flagged, when an email is flagged, but the versions are different. V3, V4. V is a version in this case, okay? V3, V4. So always go for the highest number because that will be an updated action. Okay. Now, in my case, I want to act based on a new email. So I'll be choosing this option when a new email arrives and I'll just say create.
Is there any way to look that what is the difference between V3 and V4 versions there?
That you will see in documentation, Microsoft documentation,
Okay.
you can see.
Not there itself.
No, no, not here. You will
Okay.
see. They will have the official documentation. You can compare, definitely.
Okay.
Options are there. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we will get to know in your path what
Yeah.
was the, but just I'm
Okay. Okay. So now I have created a trigger. Okay, this is a new screen, by the way. If somebody would have used Power Automate before or seen Power Automate before, this is a new interface. Okay, now they have came up with. There is an old interface also here. If I toggle this button off, you will see a old interface. Okay, but I want you to be on this interface only because this is more advanced compared to the old one. Okay, first of all. Now our use case was whenever there is an email. arrives. Okay. And so email also we'll need to make a settings here basically. So let's see. First is a mail folder. So in which folder you want an email? So I am just selecting inbox. So whenever there is a email arrives in an inbox, okay, it should basically start my flow or trigger my flow. I have not given any subject filter to this. I have just given any email which comes to my inbox. Okay, and I am just closing this. Now I will not be able to save this because until unless I add one action here. Okay, so I will be adding one action first of all. Now, how this works is in desktop. Desktop might have the interface of desktop might be very familiar to you guys if you have used any another RPA tool before. Okay, because we have actions, we just pull it in UiPath. Same concept works, right? We have a pre-built actions available, right?
Yes.
But in cloud, okay, the things are little bit different in case of Power Automate Cloud. Okay. Now, this is basically a flow chart kind of thing where I keep on adding the things one by one. Okay. And it will just follow the sequence. Okay. Now, in my case, whenever there is an email arrives to my inbox, what I want to do, I want to basically uh, create that or basically save that particular attachment, whatever I'm going to receive, right? That to my OneDrive. Okay, so first of all, let me go to OneDrive and create a folder here. Attachments. Let me create this. Okay, so I have created a folder called attachment in my OneDrive where I want all the attachments to get saved. Okay, I'll just go back to my flow. Okay, and I will say, okay, once I click on plus sign, I will get these many options basically. These are the options I have which I can basically use in my flow. There are many things. So whatever you want, basically you need to search it here. I want OneDrive. OneDrive for business. If I click on see more here, so I will see all these options which I can do with OneDrive. These are all the actions available with OneDrive. Now in my case, I have to use create file. So where I want to create the file, I have to select the folder here in the attachment. If you remember this folder we have created just now. So I'm going to select the attachment folder here. Now it is asking me the file name, which I wanted to create it here, and the file content. Now these thing I want from my email, right? Okay. So once I click here, you will see two options. Okay. FX is basically an expression, and this is basically a sign of dynamic value. Okay. So I will click on dynamic value. Now what I'm going to see is basically whatever the variables got created on the previous code or previous line of actions will be shown up here. Like for example, this. So when a new email arrives, this action, I have got these many output variables total. Okay. Now out of which in the file name, I'll be using a attachment name variable. If you observe, when I put this, automatically loop got created here. Any idea why?
Yeah, because it's a list of files.
Yes. So because we might have more than one attachment, right? It should not happen like if you have more attachment, it will say only one. So by default, since it understood like attachment, we can have multiple attachment in the emails. So let's create a loop for every attachment and then give the name as attachment name. And in the content, again, I'll go to dynamic value and I'll select a see more. I will have a attachment content, and that's safe. Done. My automation is done, ready. How much time it took to create this? No time, right?
Yes.
Now tell me how much time it will require to build this automation in desktop. You have seen the desktop flows.
Right, like there we need to create the variables and also.
Many things.
Yeah.
So development time saved, right? And working is same only,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So here we
Now
don't have any concept of exception handling. I mean, okay.
we are going to see that. Yes, we have. Now, this is what we created. Okay. Now let's test it. Okay. Because we haven't tested this yet. So now I'm not going to run it or test it from here. I'm going to trigger this flow through this line only. So I have to basically send an email to my inbox, okay, with some attachment. Okay. So let me send an email. Oh, it's not taking. To myself. I will not give any subject line here, or let me give test. No problem. Okay, and let's add some attachment to this. Do I have any sample documents? Okay, I don't have a sample document. Let me download some sample Excel. Okay. Browse this computer. I'll just go to downloads, sample data. Okay, so I have attached one sample data here, .zip file. Okay. With that, let me attach few more things. So I'll add one more attachment to this. Let me see if I have some sample files. Mm, Okay. So I have added a blank Excel. Okay. I will add one more. That's it. Is that empty? Okay, fine. So I have two documents now. Okay. Two attachment. That is, one is .zip and one is normal Excel. Okay. Let me send this email. Let's wait for email to arrive. Okay, now we have received the email back. Okay, now let's go to Power Automate. I'll just say back here. Here you will see all the run history. Okay, of the flow. See, so my flow has triggered on 15th November this time, 5 seconds ago. It ran. See how much time it took to run. It's point. It's not even a 1 second. Okay.
So Kiran, this flow is it triggered automatically. It's like an unattended.
Yeah, there is no need of machine here. Everything is cloud. As we created this flow, see, this is how the flow ran. Okay. Now, it basically took this much time, 5 seconds total. Okay. When the email arrives, so I have sent an email, right, with 2 attachments. Once I sent it, automatically it got triggered and it did the work. Let's go to OneDrive and see if the file got created. We go to attachment. See, 2 files got created, which I have added about a minute ago, modified,
Mhm.
right? So I built my automation, I executed it. Okay. How much time it took? Not more than 10 minutes, right? 5-10 minutes. That's it. My code is ready. And no machine requirement, nothing.
We haven't tested manually now whether the actions which we have taken are they
Mhm.
are getting executed correctly or not step by step before we
This is
execute.
the step-by-step execution, which I am showing you.
Right, right.
This is a green tick tells you that how the flow has ran. So it has tick mark 1 means like this executed successfully. Then it came to for each loop. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Then the first loop, because there were 2 attachments, right? For first, it succeeded. For second, it succeeded, right? And it is even showing you the time. To create the first document, it took 1 second. And to create a second document, it took 0.9 seconds.
Correct.
Got it? So this is the concept of Cloudflow, basically. Then we can go to edit to edit the flow. Any questions here?
Then where can we choose that taggle new designer because I couldn't find in my environment. Where can I toggle, find that new?
This one, right side top
Uh,
corner.
but it's like that option only. It was not there in the cloud.
Now, have you opened the flow window, first of all?
Okay, flow only. Okay, new flow I opened.
Open it, then click on Power Auto, this automated or instant cloud flow. Anything.
Okay, automated cloud flow or anything. It's
Anything. Instant cloud
okay.
flow, scheduled cloud flow, anything you can open.
Okay, got it. It's just I open, I guess.
Everybody has
Yes,
access
yes,
to
yes,
desktop
yes.
cloud version, right?
Yes, now I'm able to see.
No, Kiran, I don't have. I'll connect you after this, maybe. Yeah.
We have to create a this thing, trial account
Okay.
can create. But nowadays, actually, they are not giving the trial accounts on our personal IDs.
Yeah, actually, I tried and I gave my personal
Hmm.
ID, didn't work
That's
out.
where actually I also struggled. That's why I've created the own environment for myself, okay, to do this. But this is actually costly. If you have your organization's ID, right,
Hmm.
email address or something in, so I would suggest in your machine, maybe organization machine, right? You can
Hmm.
try out this.
Actually, I have my license from my organization. That only I'm
Nice.
using. Is that fine, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
using
yeah.
for
That
dev
is best
environment. Yeah.
actually. Yeah,
So
that is best.
without organization license, I mean, how much it will cost us if we are?
Okay.
Uh,
Yesterday only I bought it. It's basically you need to buy a domain first.
okay.
So domain cost me around 2.5K.
Mm-hmm.
And then this Power Automate license is 1250 rupees
Okay.
per month. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
That domain is for actually 1 year. So and this 1250 and to use these actions basically, right? Email and all, I have to buy a office license also.
Okay.
So I bought that office license that also costed me around 1400 or something.
So all in all, like 5 to 6K,
Yeah,
it will.
yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are we having any videos or something to do the setup or something like that? If possible, can you share it? Video?
I don't have a setup, but I can guide you because I did 1 day back only, 2 days back
Okay,
only. Yeah,
okay.
I can help you in that.
Sure. Because I am not having the organization. Like it will take me some time maybe, so it's better if
Okay,
I'll do
okay.
it from my side. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're ready for that cost, then you can do it for yourself. That should not
Okay.
be an issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
where actually
Kiran,
last 2 weeks I was struggling with because it was not allowing now because this they have recently did that changes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like 1 or 2 months back only, I used to log in using my normal Gmail ID also here.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have recently come up with this changes that it's a compulsory to have a organization ID to log in to Power Automate. Only desktop can be used in free versions, not cloud.
Got it. Yeah. I'll like if possible. Yeah. I mean, I'll do the setup. Maybe you can just help me out on that.
Yeah, that we can
Okay.
do. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Kiran, this desktop version is will be for a trial version for us, or
Desktop is free of cost. Only desktop
uh,
because it's come with the Windows 11 package only. Okay, so that is 100% free. But that's a manual only. You cannot automate that. To
mhm.
automate that, we need a license. That's what I said, like 1250 rupees license we have, right? That is a Power Automate. You can see it here. View my licenses. See. So this is what a premium. This is the name of the license, automated premium, where you will get these many things. So I can run attended. I cannot run unattended because unattended is again costly.
Mhm.
Okay. For like single user, it is costly. Organization, it is they give a discount and all. But for us, if I bought because I bought single, right? Single license, so I have to pay the full price basically to this. I get
And
some capacity. Yeah.
like I mean, this is Power Automate. So the license, will it have like how much it will be if you need whole Power Platform? Like if we have to use.
Power Platform depends like which application you need to use. I don't use app and Power BI, so I don't need to buy that. But individual license cost is there. It's not combined cost.
Okay. I thought there is some
No,
combined.
no, no,
Okay.
no combination. Only in there is a category of Office 365 license where you will get these free options,
Mm-hmm.
Power Automate free options. But free option will only so everything will be red mark here except the standard connector.
Got it.
Okay, in only these two, I'm saying. Even
Mm-hmm.
in this Power Automate for Office 365, there is one category of license in Office 365 where it includes Power App free and Power BI free also. But that Office license itself is costly. There are
Got it.
categories E1, E2, E3, E5, something like that. I don't know what much more in that, but there are some categories. This is
I
actually what I bought is a basic Office
Yeah, I think my organization is having that, I think, because I have
E5.
Power BI and these are all.
Maybe then it is E5. You might not see, I think, premium connector in that case. If you
Um,
don't have this,
Maybe like we
you
have some
can check it actually.
limitations. We have
If you
some limitations connectors because it is like a conflict. Like again, it will comes to security, right? We have to
okay,
we
business
have the
connectors.
listed connections because authentic.
Okay,
We have mostly we use
correct.
custom connectors.
Okay, nice. And one more thing, if it's a good point actually. So organizations, what they will do is basically, they categorize this connector, what I've shown you right before. They categorize because every organization doesn't want you to use every connector in the Power Automate. So they will categorize them. They will create a security policy basically. Okay, where they will say that only these many connectors you can use in the organization. Others will give you security warning and you will not be able to use it in your flow.
Yes.
Okay, that's another use case. Good that you bring up that point. Okay, so it's basically depends on they call it as business connector, non-business connector. So whatever you get added to a business connector category, only that connector you will be able to utilize, not others.
Is there any way to check that? Because I am not finding it.
There is a way, but I think you need a admin privileges to see that.
Okay, okay. Got
I
it,
think
got it.
I should be able to see, but I have not created that policy yet for
Okay.
myself. So this is a Power Platform Admin Center, basically, where we have the security policy, data, data
As
policy.
admin, you logged into Power
This is
Automate.
my admin portal
Okay.
because I own this everything, so I have everything, every privileges. So here I have to create basically, see, so this is basically called as DLP policy, data loss prevention policies.
Um,
Okay, I can maybe give some test. And next, see, category, business, non-business and blocked category. Okay,
okay,
so
got it.
whatever I add in business, okay, only that will applicable to the policy which I have created. Now, what organizations will do basically, once you join in, right, you will get the credential. They will give you a security policy applicable to your role, basically.
Hmm.
And in that role, whatever is they have categorized in this business section, only that connector you will be able to use.
Yeah, okay, got it, got it.
Non-business and blocked is like completely blocked. There is no option to move it in business, non-business.
Hmm.
But non-business will definitely, I think we can like this and see, move to business. Okay.
Hmm.
So if I move this connector to business, now if I apply this category to you, you will be only be using the OneDrive to business only connector. That's it. No other connectors you will be able to use.
Okay.
Understood?
Only the admin will get to know what are all the
Yeah,
connectors we
admin
have
have
in the
all the
DB.
access.
Okay.
Okay.
So Kiran, now we cannot work on the cloud until I get a license.
License or if because on if you have the organization email ID, right? On that ID you can create a trial version which is for 30 days.
Mhm.
That you can do if you don't want to spend on that.
Mm.
That's an option we have.
After
But
30 days,
organization
again, we
ID is
can.
definitely required. After 30 days, you have an option of renewal for more 30 days also. But
Okay.
again, I am not guaranteed on this thing because they have recently changed few policies. Before it was there. Like on my Gmail ID, I have been using the this thing for training purposes only. I have been using this since 2 years. I was using that, but now I cannot use it.
Where I can see the version, not version, the license expire, whether it's a trial or not for organization.
Here, if you log in to Power Automate, right? Just
Okay.
log into this link, okay? make.powerautomate.com.
I just now logged into my organization email ID.
Mm-hmm.
I am able to
Can you
get
able to
into
see
the.
this screen?
Yes, yes.
Then just click on this gear icon and
Settings.
click on View My Licenses.
Okay.
Can you ping that link in the chat?
This one?
Yeah, make dot
Yeah.
power.
Okay.
All are cross marked only. Standard connectors have a tick mark.
Only standard has a tick mark, right?
Rest all
Ah,
are cross marked.
then that is a free version which you have got from. So usually nowadays organization will have a free license because that is the Power Automate free is already included in the Office licenses.
So this does not have any trial period, no?
Standard connector.
No. The cloud one. Is it going
Cloud
to?
one only have a trial period. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
but
might have some option to activate it,
mhm.
activate that trial version on there.
Okay.
This year, actually, in last 2 months, they did lot of changes in Power Automate on the what I can say, user access level.
Mm-hmm.
So we are facing that trouble now.
For us, surprisingly, they don't allow us to use in the basic laptop, not inside VDI or client ID.
Mm-hmm.
Normal our screen, we can use Power Automate Cloud. I have to see how what kind of license they have provided us, but they
Oh, you
don't
can see
allow
it
us to
from here.
use. Yeah,
Okay.
I just saw that. Yeah,
Mm.
but they don't allow us to use desktop.
See, again, organization to organization policy varies. Okay.
Yeah,
So for desktop, only desktop, if you want to practice, you can practice on your local, like your own
personal.
laptop, personal laptop also. No worries on that. Just that you will not be able to connect it.
Mm.
Okay. Now good that I'll show you that connection part, which I was initially taking. Where is Power Automate? So in the setting, okay, first I will select the environment to dev. Then I go to settings. I go to open machine setting. So this is a Power Automate machine runtime, okay, which get installed on your machine, okay, whenever you install a Power Automate by default, okay. Now you have to select basically in which environment basically this is a registration process, okay. I am registering this particular machine in my dev environment.
Kiran, can you go one step back? Sorry, I didn't. Um,
Okay, let me minimize this for now. Okay, so once you go to Power Automate, right?
hmm.
Okay, you need to go to settings.
For
First, you
automate
have to
desktop or in cloud?
desktop, I'm saying. This is a
Okay,
desktop.
okay, okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you have to select your proper environment. In my case, I have selected dev like this. Okay, then on the settings, you need to go, then go to open machine setting. Once you click on that, okay, this kind of window will open. Power Automate machine runtime. Okay. Now in my case, since I did the registration, it is saying connected. Connected with this and environment is this. So this machine got registered with this name, okay, in my dev environment. Now I should be able to see this machine on my cloud version. Okay, let me open my cloud version. So if I go, this is my cloud version. If I go to machines, see, and this is showing connected, right? Now,
Yeah.
now in the cloud flow, sorry, in the desktop flow, what I'll do is I'll create a new flow. Okay, name it as Excel. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll just open Excel. CH launch Excel blank document. Okay, I'll just wait for 10 seconds and then close Excel. And I'm just saving this now. So I have created a small flow in desktop, which will basically just open the Excel, wait for 10 seconds and close the Excel. Simple flow. Okay, and I'm going to close this now. Okay, I'm going to minimize this and close this machine runtime also. Let's go to my flow in cloud. So we have created email to OneDrive, right? Let me go to this flow itself. Now I'm going to show you how we are going to call a desktop flow from your cloud flow. Okay. Now I have to click on plus sign. We have an option of flows here. Sorry, not flows. Oh, what happened? I have to search for desktop flow. And we have an option, run a flow built with Power Automate Desktop. Okay. This action will open up. Okay. Now in this, I have to create a connection first. Okay. So I'm just naming it. This name you can give anything. Desktop connection. Connect using an option. We have two options here, username and password, and then connect with sign in. So in my case, I'm going to do this sign in attended only. Okay. But in actual, when we do for this thing, virtual machines, right? You have to use username and password only. That's a compulsory thing because this attended connection will not work for unattended machines, unattended runs. Okay. Since in my case, I don't have unattended this thing license, so I'm never going to run unattended. So I'm just selecting this option. And I have to select a machine on which machine I wanted to run this. So since this machine I have registered now, I am going to select this machine and let's say sign in. Now it's asking for authentication. Okay, failed to create a connection, failed, detail connection, machine ID. The machine is neither joint correlation ID. This. Okay, maybe because this machine is not logged in using this same ID. Okay. In this case, what you can do is we can use user ID and password. Now, if you want this domain name and user, okay, you can just go to CMD, and just say, who am I? Okay, you will get this. This becomes your user ID and domain and user ID. Okay, you just need to copy this, paste it here. Okay, and then you have to give the credential. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, so connection got created for me. Okay, now, so this is the option to select a desktop flow, Excel flow, which we created. I'm going to select that. Run mode will be attended. Show all, attended mode. No, and then I can set a priority. I will set it as normal and save this. I thought so. Connection is broken. Okay, I think I need to fix this thing. Okay.
Sure, Kiran. So,
Okay.
Kiran, one question regarding the same. So,
Yeah.
you have given username and password of the machine
Yes.
itself,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
When
Yes.
so in real time scenario, if you are running the process, example in a
Mm-hmm.
production machine, and the password gets expired or
Expired.
something, so do we use cyber? I mean, how do we? I mean,
Okay. Credential vault.
yeah.
Okay. So Power Automate has integration with only two credential vaults. One is CyberArk, one is Azure Key Vault.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, for example, let me show you here only. Okay. So we have Azure Key Vault. Hmm, Where is that? Key Vault. Azure Key Vault. Okay. We have these many options, okay, for Azure Key Vault. So we use the get secret option always. Okay. I don't know if I have the license. I need to check on this, but we use the get secret option. So first of all, we need to go to Azure, okay, and create a secret there where we'll be storing our passwords. If it is already present, definitely we can just get the access for that credential, and we can just use a get secret option to basically fetch that passwords from there. Okay, now this same password, we can put it into a connection. So the connection which I have prepared, right? So I'll just go ahead and change this, say add new here. You see there is an option here, switch to credentials. Okay, so right now, which I have shown just 5 minutes back, is basically I am putting this ID password here. If you want to automate that process, like there are some situations where organization changes their password every 30 days, maybe, right? Every 30 days, the machine password gets changed. In that case, you need to use this option, switch to credential. Now it will say basically which credential, Windows credential you want. Then you need to click on new credential. Then you need to give some name here, desktop, then say next. You want to create a local store, which platform you want to use, okay? Azure Key Vault or CyberArk. See, I told you only two is supported here, Azure Key Vault and CyberArk. So let's say if I select Azure Key Vault, I say next, okay? Then I need to give a basically credential for this thing, vaults. I currently do not have it, okay? So we need to give a user ID and password to them, okay, for the vault,
Okay.
like here, like this. So I have to give the secret name, Azure Key Vault name, resource group name, subscription ID, every detail I
Mm-hmm.
need to fill, and then create new password. So whenever there is a kind of a every, or there are a situation where every session the password is getting changed, right? So anything it can handle actually. There is no restriction on the password changing. So once there is an update, it will pass every time a new password to machine. So your machine will never fail.
Can you go back? There were three options, right? One was desktop. If you can go back, I mean, yeah, connection, desktop flow,
Connection,
network. So,
yes, yes.
um,
So basically, when I select a connection, right? Again, if you are using some connection, this is not only applicable to basically desktop flow. There can be a situation where, like for example, SAP, we use SAP for automations, right? So
mhm.
in case of SAP, like in one of my organization had a rule, like every, I think, 35 days, the password was getting expired. So we created a password reset script for it. That script will run every 30 days. So 35 days is the actual validity, but our script will run every 30 days. Okay. So it will reset the password. Once the reset happens, it will update a new password in the connection. Now, SAP is not a basically a desktop connection. SAP is a separate connection altogether, right? So to update that particular connection, okay, also we need this vault to integrate the automated password sync. So that connection should not fail whenever there's a new password comes up. It should integrate automatically. So it's basically a touchless automation in that case, right? You didn't need to go in even and touch for even updating the passwords inside.
So you had initially selected, I don't remember the option. Like you
Hmm.
had selected one option to call the desktop flow, right? On the left
Yes,
side.
yes.
So you are saying like there could be a possibility, for example, in one process we're using SAP and other
Yeah,
applications,
yeah, yeah,
and there we need credentials for that SAP as well as
yeah,
we need Windows credentials too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So at one go itself, if you are selecting this as your
We can
key.
create if it is common.
Yeah, if it is common in the same
Common.
flow, we can create
Yeah.
different credential setup for the
Yeah.
machine as well as for the
Usually that
application.
we don't do. We'll keep it separate only. Okay.
Okay.
Like this is a credential section. A separate section is altogether available. You first create whenever there is a change in password. You know that there is a change in password. So we'll create all the credential walls here itself in this section, like for desktop flow, for SAP, maybe for Office account also. So whatever the blocks are, we'll create here. And in the flow, while creating the connection, we'll use the this is actually not vault. I should not call it as vault here. Okay, this is just a credential. Okay, this credential I need to call. The vault is key vault only, key vault or CyberArk in the backend. Just one instance will get created called as credential here for that particular credential.
It's a kind of asset. So when we are creating the
We can call
credential
it as
kind of
asset. Yes.
credential kind of asset, and there
Yeah.
we are mapping the credential whether it is orchestrator or from the CyberArk or any key vault, right? That way we
Correct.
have to configure. Okay, got
Correct. At a time, we can have multiple, like if you have both, like we are getting a SAP from CyberArk and maybe the machine password from Azure Key Vault. That is also
Mm.
possible.
Yeah, just we have to give, I think, their
Just
exact
change the
name in the
platform.
CyberArk. What was the
Correct.
that account is the like name, the that name
Correct.
we have to configure in the configuration this
Correct. Correct.
credential. Then it
Correct.
will hit that credential, that name, and it will get it.
Yes. Yes.
Can you click on this new credential once? I just want to see the.
Yeah.
Okay, so here credential name,
It will
credentials.
just ask a name. Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe let's see. Test. Okay. If I go next, it will ask which kind of
Got it.
credential it is, connection credential, desktop or network. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The description is already shown up here, what these means. Okay. And then if I, let's say desktop, then I had to select a store.
Mm-hmm.
Same in case of connection, I need to select a store. Which store it is, Azure Key Vault or CyberArk. If I select Azure Key Vault, say next, then I have to give the password based or certificate based. Azure has two types of credential, right? Password based and certificate based. So if I select password, then I have to select a username and password. If it is certificate based, then again username and password. If this is selected, I think let me select something. Then I have to, if the certificates are already available there, right? In Azure Key Vault, if it is already created, you will be able to see it here. And the one which is applicable, you can select it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
And
So
this
these credentials then we call in our like flow
flow.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Okay. Next is, okay, should I take more or do you want to stop here?
Now we'll stop here.
I want to stop here.
You want to stop?
Yeah, for me, just go
Okay.
with
No,
the
just tell me
go with the
collaboratively.
majority. For me, I told.
Okay, fine.
We can't take more than this download today. We'll
Okay,
stop
fine,
it.
fine. So, okay, I cannot guarantee on this task, but if you are able to get the Power Automate Cloud, okay, just try this small piece if you are able to get it. Okay,
Sure.
this piece.
Okay.
So on top of this, I'll be taking because exception handling, I was like the next topic was there in this cloud flow, how we to handle. But let me push it to the next session. Okay. So I'll be taking exception handling and then the Teams messaging, like how we can uh, notify on Teams to people. Okay, that we will integrate in this particular flow. That will take in next session in that case. Um, Again, if you can arrange cloud, that would be great. try to arrange at least a organization's ID free version. Even in your office system, you can do. No worries on that. That should not be an issue. Practice is important. You should be able to practice it.
Sure,
Kiran,
sure, Kiran, yeah.
Kiran, what
Okay.
I suggest is like if you
Mhm.
have exception handling on the desktop also, that would be, very
Desktop, I'm
helpful.
going to take. That is a
Okay.
session I'm going to have. Actually, I
Yeah,
was
that
busy in setting up this thing only last week.
Mhm, mhm,
Okay, after my office hours. Okay,
mhm, mhm.
and this was taking time. So now at least I have many things ready in cloud. So I thought like let's start this piece and then integrate everything.
Great.
and last time you told like there is one use case on exception
Business
handling this
exception.
that
Yes,
is
yes, yes. I have. Yeah, I have. That I'm going to take definitely.
And
Don't worry,
even
everything will be covered. You will not have a complaint. Don't worry on that.
and just one more thing like
Mm.
if you remember there are third class or something we
Mm-hmm.
have done one use case where we have to do we have prepared that word document report summary for the
Yes, yes, yes.
that we have to send in mail.
Yes, that is also. Now since my mail ID is ready with me, I we can do that also. Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah. Actually, in desktop also, I tried that sending email. Okay, but it was not working for me. Then when I looked into the documentation, like recently they did lot of changes. Okay, I don't basically if I teach that topic right, and if it failed, then again it will be a mess, right? You will get confused unnecessarily. So I thought let me just first solve that issue, why it is happening, and then take that session. So that's why I kept that desktop on hold for now. I don't want you guys to get confused unnecessarily on that.
Mhm.
we can we'll practice this.
Yeah. But yeah, this you can practice once you have the access. Try to get the access, okay, better because this will definitely requires a practice. Desktop flow, at least if you have the RPA background, it's you can understand the things.
Mm.
But cloud is a little bit different. To understand and to get it hands on, you will definitely require a practice.
Sure, Kiran. Kiran, I have like two questions on this
Mhm.
cloud part. So one is the difference, I mean, which I had asked initially.
Okay,
Like how can we categorize like which,
categorize the automations.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That is the first question. And
Mm-hmm.
second is, for example, in Power Desktop, I have used XYZ application and I need to give credentials for that. So there I'll
Mm-hmm.
be using input
Variables. Yes.
variables, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm dragging and dropping the desktop action over here, right? So
Mm-hmm.
will I be getting those input variable as well, like which I have created in desktop?
Yes.
That
Yes.
as a parameter to pass.
Yes. 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 We'll get it. Okay. So, okay. That I can show you actually if you want to. For example, okay, first let me answer your first question. When we select a desktop and when we select a cloud. Okay. In this use case, what I have told you, I had only OneDrive and Outlook to be used. Okay. And for them, I already have a connectors available. Okay. Then I will never go for desktop flow in this case. Never. Okay. Because I can manage everything inside a cloud. I don't require a machine. I don't require a separate license also. Because to run it in desktop, we will need unattended license, which is $150 something cost is there. It's a costly license, right? I will not go ahead with that. But when we go for desktop, then, okay, desktop has a dependency when there is a activity which cannot be done through API, okay, where we don't have a connector, we don't have a direct API to access their system, okay. When there is no other option, we have to go ahead with desktop. All the desktop or UI level automation, what we wanted to do, has to be done in desktop. Okay. All the automation which has a connector available, readily available in Power Automate, okay, or which has a API, even if the connector is not available, but it can be accessed through API, then we can use that particular endpoints to create a custom connector and use it in cloud, and then create a cloud flow out of it. Okay, I had one example. Okay, I have worked on one of the flow where I have to, there was a HR process, okay, where I basically need to update the documents inside the workday. So we in organization we use a workday, right? So the automation was basically they had their portal, okay, from where once a new employee joins, okay, he will upload his document there. But automation has to basically take all the documents, okay, and put it into Workday. So Workday has a connector. First, we gone and in a traditional way, we thought of doing a RPA, okay. Then they came up that was planned for UiPath first, okay. Then they got to know that Workday as a connector we have in Power Automate. Now the automation what they were doing, right? It was taking how much time it will take? It will open the desktop flow, it will open the browser, it will log into Workday, it will do one by one uploads the document, doing some activity checking and all that, right? It was taking almost let's say 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes of time basically to do all that task. Now through Power Automate, we have just built up Cloudflow using that particular API or a connector, okay? And we are doing that task in like 30 seconds now. Same task, just using that connector. So again, we have to decide which is a better option there. Okay, what parameter or what applications is getting used in your automation? Okay, if all are Office application, right, under the Microsoft, then I will never suggest to go ahead with desktop. Go ahead with cloud. There is no dependency. Okay.
So if it
Yeah.
is a UI level automation, then we need to go
Then
with the
definitely we have to go ahead with the desktop. There is no other option.
So UI level, we cannot do it on the cloud. We can do
No.
it, but we cannot do it.
No, we cannot do it because our cloud is not using any machine. UI requires a machine,
Right.
right? So
And Kiran,
again,
like as you are working, so
Mhm.
like how are the use cases? It use mostly cloud or mostly
again,
desktop
that is
or
actually
both?
dependent on client to client. Okay. I now the client which I'm working on is completely on desktop. Okay.
Okay.
They have a very strict policy that even the SharePoint thing we have to move it to desktop.
Mhm.
Okay, on premises we have moved everything because they have a security concerns that they don't want any data to basically go to cloud, even the Microsoft cloud. Okay, so
Okay.
there is no other option. We have to go ahead with desktop only. Even when
Yeah.
we have the lot better options in cloud, we have to go ahead with desktop. No other option, right? Previously, when I was working with different client, there we had a mix. Okay, we were using the SAP automations there. Okay, so SAP was working on desktop because it was UI level automation. They were using some 760, some version was there, SAP 760. So these all automations were happening on desktop level. Okay, but to manage all, we have created a cloud flow because there was 8 to 9 LOBs, line of businesses, and multi-machine architecture was there. Total 8 machines was there. So maybe India has to run in this machine, China has to run in this machine. Like that, it was set up was there. Different domain, different
Okay.
geographical region. Okay, this kind of client was there. So that flow was mix. Okay, it was handling all the machine configuration from the cloud. Only the running part it was giving to desktop.
Okay. That means it is, if somebody asks, then the answer would be like it depends upon client and the use case.
Yes, depends. It's completely dependent on client and use case.
Okay.
There is no like strict thing to be done. It's what is better at that point of time based on the requirements.
Okay.
But my preference is always cloud. I first go for cloud. Cloudflow is easy to manage.
Then I have one question.
Yeah.
So in cloud also, like when we are using the connectors, it is
Hmm.
asking for the premium connectors. Do
Yeah.
we need to? That is another thing. Like we need to purchase that one also. Like
Yeah, it comes under license. If you have license, then premium is usable to you.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. When it is licensed only.
Yeah, only licensed. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Right. So in the desktop also, like you can see my desktop screen, right? It is saying that see you now have the access to premium features and all because I have a license now on this.
Okay.
Okay. For I think the free version, you will see Go Premium or something button comes up here. Something like that
Mhm.
comes up. Okay. What was your second question? Sorry, I forgot. I answered the first
That
one, I believe.
variable part, like input output.
Input variable,
Mhm.
right? Okay, 1 second. Okay, I have opened this flow. Huh. So in the what happened? Hmm. Okay. Now see, this interface is also changed. Okay. If you remember in the first session, we don't have this interface, local, global, all these things. Okay. Now it has came up. Okay. So I have to basically go ahead and create a input variable here. Okay. I'll just name it as input. I'll just make it save. So this is a variable I have created, okay, as an input, and I am just saving this flow now. Similarly, I can create output also. So ideally, I am expecting some value inside this variable from the cloud. Okay. Now let's go to our cloud flow. Now when I select desktop flow, okay. If I select Excel, as soon as I select Excel, see new input value it is asking me, and that's a mandatory field also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got it.
So whatever value I will give it here, right? Okay. Similar way, I will pass the credentials also.
So is there
Difference
any
will
way
be
to make it mandatory? I mean, like whatever input
it's
we
a
are
by
giving.
default mandatory. If you are
Acha.
making anything as an input, right, you have to
Mm-hmm.
send something.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And if it is a password, then you just need to click here, mark as sensitive. That's it.
The sensitive, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Once you mark this, so this variable will not be visible. The value of this variable will not be visible in your logs.
Mm-hmm. Got
So
it.
it's basically this feature is for passwords only. Other value, you don't need to mark this as
And
sensitive.
logs part, like initially when you tried, it was not there in the actions. I have seen the videos. So
Yeah,
now is it there? I mean that
I don't think so. It will because we haven't run any desktop flow. I don't think so. It
I
will
mean
be
to
there.
say, if I need, so if I'm running a process, right? So,
Hmm.
do if I need to, like in UiPath, what we do, we log if anything we need to show in the process level in the orchestrator. Like if you're running a process,
Mm-hmm.
so in the code itself, we log like whatever information we need to do. So,
Yeah,
so in Power Automate, it is not like that. So whatever we are
it
running,
is by default logged. Okay, okay. I can show
okay.
you one log for this. Just that I need to run this flow from outside. Let me save this flow. Okay. Is it saved? Yeah. So I will be running this flow from here. See, here also it is asking me input. I will
Mm-hmm.
not give any value. Let me save this. So now it should open the Excel. See the Excel, it has opened in my different screen. Just bring it up here. Yeah. It will wait for 10 seconds and closed, right? So flow has completed now. This flow, right?
Right. Right.
Let me refresh this. See, succeeded. Local desktop. Now, if I click on this desktop flow, see, right, 15 November, 16 seconds ago. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I click here, okay, these are the logs got created. Okay. So it has
Okay.
launched Excel. It took this much amount of time. Then it has waited. It waited for 10 seconds. Okay. And then it ran Excel closure. Okay.
Got
And
got
here I can see the whatever input it has gone and output has come up outside. So
Mm-hmm.
this level logs I can see
In cloud, right? This
in
is
cloud.
what.
Yeah.
Okay.
In cloud, I'm seeing this everything.
Okay. So in desktop also when we run it from
We
outside,
don't have
there.
a log
Okay. Okay.
in
There we
desktop
go.
directly.
Got it. Yeah.
Logs
Yeah.
are every time it's on cloud only.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine, guys. Let's drop now. For tomorrow, I'll confirm. Okay. I'm not. It's not guaranteed that we'll have a batch tomorrow. Okay. But Monday we'll definitely have. Okay. Monday is okay for you, 8 to 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
8 to 9 Monday and Monday.
Okay. Fine. Fine.
Yeah,
Sunday I'll
fine.
confirm. For tomorrow, I'll confirm. Okay.
Oh,
Mostly,
Okay.
if we have tomorrow, it will be same time, 8 to 9 maybe. Okay. But not guaranteed.
Okay, Kiran. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Let's catch up in the next session. Okay.
And
you.
thank you, Kiran, for this
Thank
session.
you.
It was really helpful to understand the
Yeah.
cloud part.
Yes. Yes. This is actually to prepare this only. It took me a time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Since there was a lot of changes. But yeah, now it is ready. Don't worry. Okay.
We'll get this session uploaded, right? In that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll ask Ankush to do that. I think he is outside. He might take some time, but
Oh, okay,
he'll
fine.
do it. I'll try. I'll try to get it done by end of the day at least.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you
Okay,
so
man.
Thank you.
much. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you all.